coming into the tournament. They were missing out on the first one. Well, but now, this should be their turf.
Listen, let's see how long we can get to mock OG for that Dota connection. You know, maybe we have to use it while we can before they get really good at this.
Listen, and then, OG, they're looking for sunlight. They're looking for bright, sunny things and lots of rain. Turns out EG brought the weed killer today, and that is it. Go to the roots. You're going to have Cirque, you're going to have Breezy. They're going to be in there with, cutters.
Let's see if they can. Let's see if they can cut them off at the feet right now. There's the pistol round, and OG starting on the T side. Going to be rushing that yard. They've got everybody here, and they're close with the Glocks now, minimizing the effectiveness of that USP, although Breeze and Ethan still picking up amazing kills and leading it in a 3 versus 4. Bomb plant, not really yet. Those smokes are going to fade, and then the bomb plant's going to get real tricky. There's Breeze trying to take advantage. He's actually falling back. This is so clever. Now Cirque comes out, and they don't know where to look right now. EG are all over this. Mantu, the last guy left, and yeah, he's just been tagged from every angle at this point in time. They needed to probably win this fight and get the bomb down while those smokes were up, because as soon as they were gone, yeah, that window was pretty much done.
Can he get... No, not even. Ethan's got the angle. So tough right there for Mantu. Mantu has been standing out individually for OG as one of those players who can hit shots, and they need that on OG's side. You need the firepower if you're going to hang with some of the best in the world. So eyes on Mantu throughout this series. I think he's already picked up 2, so it's a strong start for him. Maybe a little bit of confidence there.
Definitely.
But in terms of the start, I think you nailed it, Anders. Not getting the bomb planted when the smokes are up is going to make life really difficult for you.
Although I like the fact that they just committed to the push regardless, and not didn't try and sort of mess around for a long time and see if they could do anything tricky. That was just a commitment, and everybody was on board. So always good to see those kind of things. So that was kind of the vibe I got from OG last time anyway, was that there actually wasn't a lot of indecision in their game. They were pretty good at following through on whatever the plan was.
Yeah,
which is nice. That makes Counter-Strike way more enjoyable when people have that attitude. So I appreciate that. Stanislaus going to be playing close to the speed ramp with the Molotov, and Circus behind him, so I doubt they can make their way down. In fact, this could be an absolute slaughter if they try and go for it. Instant headshot. Now they're going to try and come in from upper, but they're just getting whittled away. Just the advantage of the rifles. Decent job.
Tappa, tappa, tappa. Fundamentals. Fundamentals there. From Cirque, good positioning as well, means that I will be getting into server. That's always good. 2-0 lead now for Evil Geniuses. And, well, you're going to get that round of eco out of OG because they didn't get the bomb plant in the pistol round. So no shenanigans for them, no early rifles. Now they're going to be focusing on this round here. They'll get rifles, but they will be very limited on nades. So I'm interested to see what they can actually do. They're going to need to hit some headshots, Anders. It's as simple as. They don't have really the tools there to make it easy for them.
And also, any kind of an afterplant scenario could get really weird because, maybe they could use the initial round of smokes to get into a bomb site, but then once they've done that, how do you defend it? How do you stop the CTs from just running onto the site? You'd love to have a couple of extra grenades towards the end of that. They do have 4 smokes right now, so they could do a lot. Waiting for that one that was put down by the CT side in a cool fashion. Guessing it went through the windows, the ceiling windows that are there, up above them, almost never used.
Well, Stan just got his bells wrong. We'll be able to back off. Again, we're going to start to see Cirque rotate over. This is falling into the usual pattern for Evil Geniuses that we've seen on their CT side for Train so far. Breezy kind of locked over at Ivy because we haven't had enough rounds, obviously, yet to figure out OG's tendencies, whether he needs to be locked on Ivy or not. But it is looking like it's going to be the focus on B here. And so OG, does this pan out?
Look at the rotation into B.
They've got more than enough nades.
Yeah, they've got the grenades, but how are there 3 people in B right now? That's an unbelievable risk from EG's point of view. What they have defending the A yard right now is Ethan in 71 and Breeze with a FAMAS. They got a UMP and a FAMAS in A and 3 people stacked in B. Incredible headshot to start things off with. Ease are going to be taking down Stanislaw. Now there's 2 people left, so in spite of the stack, this might not work out anyway. Cirque has to fall back and reload. Tarek will get 2 big kills, and they still take down Cirque, but the rotation is in pretty quick with Ethan there, so still just Man2 in a 1 versus 2.
And he's going to get the bomb plant. He's set himself up. He's losing ground here, but that's to be expected. Smoke is going to kind of limit the options here for Evil Geniuses and maybe create an opportunity here for Mantu. Not quite, though. Ethan spots him barely through the smoke. And thinking from EG's side of things, they're going to be thinking limited nades, right? If they've got rifles, limited nades in this follow-up round, you need a lot of nades to take over the A site with all the open space. Maybe they're thinking 35 seconds left on the clock, still haven't seen any nades, haven't seen anything on A. Let's go B and just set up. Yeah, works out perfectly for EG in any case.
That's one of those things. And maybe there was some piece of intel that I just missed, or regardless, it'd be fun to go back and ask them about that third round, after the match and say, how, why was that call made? Because that's very, very unusual. Like, normally there's one person in B, and then only if you feel some sort of pressure or if you're starting to doubt yourself, you'll put a second player in there.
Right.
A third player when you're up against rifles, that's a little bit out of the ordinary. Now we've got Deagles, a CC on Alexi B, and a Scout on NBK, who can just apparently use every weapon there is. Ooh, I'm just going to get a little bit of tag in. He is so good with just a bunch of different things. Just jack of all trades and master of a couple of them too, actually.
Yeah, as it turns out, sometimes that can be a weakness. In NBK's case, doesn't get the shot, sadly for him. It does get spotted, and he will be chased away. In the meantime, though, still gathering up. This is, half buy coming in from OG. So they're going to be looking for close quarters. They will be hoping to catch somebody holding close on B so that those pistols are maximally effective. But they've still got Deags, so even holding far back. Change of setup here, though, interestingly enough for Evil Geniuses. It's Breezy over here because he's got that AWP. Now Cirque's rotated in as well, and this is going to be the B hit coming in from OG, and they are moving now. But Breezy's out in the open, hits the first shot. Nice incendiary as well onto that bomb, and it's not going to deny it, but Velda takes a lot of damage.
Yeah, they're trying to push up, but I think this is a very, very calculated defense from EG, saying you can get that bomb plant down, that's absolutely fine, but you will never, ever make it out from this plant zone. And they pretty much didn't. NBK up here, we'll get a kill on Stan. All the kills matters. Could have been great if he could have got that one on Breeze, but not gonna happen. Still, I mean, they did a little bit of damage. They got the bomb plant down. I don't think that's too bad, but EG were absolutely aware of what was gonna happen there. Again, they had 4 people in B, and then they had, I think Ethan it was, playing Pop Dog, so he was ready to flank. They just had all the intel. And that's pretty good. Something OG definitely needs to be really aware of at the moment is they might need to put more effort into, faking out EG or selling that they're somewhere else, because they seem to be pretty good on their rotations at the moment.
What they need right now, which is crucial, is a couple of kills. They need some confidence-building plays here coming in from OG Esports because they're all sitting on 1 frag, apart from Velda, who's sitting on 0. Mantu's got 4, right? He's actually done some damage in the pistol round, but they need to start hitting some shots here to get that movement going on OG's side, because if you keep facing dry like that, I mean, clearly Evil Geniuses are feeling confident. They know they're the team to beat in this matchup, and they're playing like it right now. OG, they need to get out of that difficult rut at the very beginning where you're the underdog. Things didn't go your way at the start. You got everything going against you. There we go.
It's a pretty good peak set up with the flashbang as well, but does still leave Mantu alone with over a minute and that AWP, so they shouldn't be giving him a lot of chances. I mean, if they hear him take a shot, then maybe they can start to move in around the map where he's not. But for now, there's not really much of a reason for them to go look for, heavily for him at the moment.
Absolutely not. Camp the site, play the clock. You know where he has to go. He has to find you. You don't have to worry about him. Eventually, he's going to wind up on one of 2 parts of the map. So just sit back, wait, and let Mantu just run down that clock. 40 seconds, and soon enough, he's going to have to start working his way out into the open as the smoke clears. And there's the molly. So a little bit of information gained. 3 players on A here for Evil Geniuses. This is just going to come down to difficult shots taken here from Mantu. Misses the first one, gets spotted out, down to 35, and Ethan finds the headshot. So 5-0, Evil Geniuses on fire to kick off the map on Train.
It's impressive throwing a Molotov that actually bounces over the top of the train and just lands right at the corner. I don't know, much of this seems confusing to me. One thing is MBK, maybe if you're asking me to say, I was doing sort of a counterintuitive type play, but then the people in main, they seem to almost push out as a reaction to that kill. It's like, but you could guess that there's probably going to be just one person over there, so I mean, that's not a sign that there's going to be lack of a defense at A. So that's a little bit concerning, but we'll see if they can get back into it. They've lost 5 in a row, so they got the round loss bonus kicking off, and means they're going to have, more of an economy going forward at the very least. Breeze on the one side, Ethan on the other side, a bit of a crossfire being set up, and he's already going down. Ethan is there to follow up on MBK, and that means the rest of the push, they can just focus on this, and they are. Tarek will take down Alexi B, and this is so far no damage. Mantu will get the 1 kill, but now that Evil Genius's economy is going to be way off the charts, and OG are going to be in a fair bit of trouble. You mentioned kills. I mean, they don't have a lot right now. 9 kills overall. There's 10 kills on Ethan just alone.
Yeah, just alone. Exactly. And there we go. 10 kills, 1 death. And, well, NBK, he made an interview recently on HLTV after some of the woes here, some of the struggles in this tournament, saying that sometimes they're just calling these timeouts to just say, calm down. And the comms could be the main issue here for OG, where if things get chaotic, you get energy running high, and all of a sudden people start just cramming information into the comms to the point where you can't understand anything anymore. It simplifies matters if they just start hitting headshots, because then it's simple to just say, oh, this guy's dead, and then move on to the next one, right? Instead of having to call constantly and figure out what is going on in the chaos.
I mean, also from what I can just gather from briefly listening in on, OG conversations.
It's true. We do get to listen in the I really do envy the analysts sometimes, because they get to actually listen to the comms right now.
They get to sit there. But you get a sense that there's also like a longer play here from the OG organization, to sort of build a stable unit in some sense. So you have to take a long view at that point in time too and say, it's important winning every game, but you definitely want to make sure that, those little tricks, as you said, of taking a timeout, making sure everyone is mentally in the same spot. Those things actually matter, down the road. Even if you have a rough start like this one, it's important to be able to reset the team mentally, and hopefully they're able to do that. But you're right. Every once in a while, another mental reset apart from the timeout is obviously, as you were pointing out, if somebody goes on some sort of rampage and gets a couple of kills in a round, everyone's like, all right, we could do this. We're lacking that at the moment, which is making it a bit. And now it's bad, because now, we've got the double up on EG as well. Their economy is looking really good.
Well, at least they're not going to have any secret agents on their team. I know we are in the UK. It's London. It's all that. But there's no James Bond here, Anders.
I'm getting real scared.
There will be no James Bond. But they do need to actually start finding some shots. And this is, once again, pistols. Could lead to a bit more aggressive play. Could lead to, you taking some risks that you might not otherwise. But we're dropping players here on the side of OG, and it's looking like it's going to be 7-0 for Evil Geniuses in just a moment. A flawless anti-eco round here for Evil Geniuses. Extends their economic lead. I mean, you got some guys starting with, once you start getting up at 10,000 starting money in a round and you're already full bot, you're starting to feel pretty good if you're on the side of EG.
I mean, now, the only thing that could really go wrong for EG, right, is if they don't end up at, 11-plus rounds. I mean, even this is a good start, but when you get this good of a start, you also have an expectation that you're going to be really, really far ahead by the end of the half. And sometimes, T-side will come back and they'll win, 5 rounds, something like that, and you'll feel like, we could have done way better. So I guess just managing their expectations and not standing in the fire.
I like that, though. Every now and again, you see players, you'll hang around for that second. These guys will come around the corner thinking, okay, we threw a molly, nobody's standing there, and then you get bopped. And it just feels bad, man.
No, it's very cool when it works. And when it doesn't, everyone's like, why is he doing that?
I think I remember the first time that we saw somebody really do that. That was Forrest, wasn't it? I mean, this is old as sin, but Forrest used to jump through mollies like that just to catch people off guard.
Well, he has got some of the best movement in all of Counter-Strike of all time, so leave it to Forrest to do those things.
Dignitas are popping off, apparently. They actually made it into a qualifier, into the minors.
I am kind of excited about this whole thing. I am, secretly excited. So, under a minute, nobody at Ivy. Kind of a forward defense, and that's a kill for Ethan, and that's going to be really annoying. And yeah, they're actually in front of the smoke. So right now, OG have thrown a bunch of smokes. They're all landed behind the defense here, and that's the point of having this forward defense to begin with. Breeze will take down one. Tarek with a good headshot, and now Isa, he's just trying to find any ground to stand up. But Ethan will chime in, and well, flank is coming in for Valder as well. That's a really powerful round. And we've seen OG now, EG. We've seen EG with good rotations into the B-bomb site.
Yes.
And this was a good early call to play in front of that, expected smoke wall. And that just meant, again, Breeze with that AWP, if he's playing further back, the smokes block him off and he can't do much of anything. But because he's that far forward, he's fine with it. Throw more of them if you want.
Now, I'm not saying that you have to expect OG to be sitting on single frags pretty much across the board apart from Montu. But you and I, Anders, we've touched on this where we got 90 rounds of these two teams the other day. This is the EG that I was expecting in that first series to show up. Players playing to their ability. Ethan, Tarek, Cirque, Breeze, everybody's hitting their shots on the side of EG. They are showing that they are the favored team in the server. They have the confidence clearly to go behind that and take these shots and win them. OG right now are the ones who are trying to dig deep and figure it out. They've taken a tactical timeout right now, so that's good. Allow Rugga to get some insight in there. The coaches can only talk during tac timeouts.
True.
So, maybe Rugga's able to come in here, maybe saying calm down. I don't know. Maybe that's what's going on here. Just calm down, guys. Take a breather.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they have just a you know, a default thing that they all feel like, you know, we kind of all like doing that. Just any kind of a hit. This is just pistols and a, you know, a little bit of armor, so it's hard to do much of anything, but it's a cool push anyway. Nice kill for Stanislaw.
It's what you're supposed to do. When you
have them down?
Yeah, when you have them down, kick them. Just keep stomping on them, man. You don't let up. Stan is doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. When they look up, pleading for mercy, you kick them in the teeth.
Just make sure it's done. At least until, you know, the referee shows up.
No honor in Counter-Strike.
No, I mean, it's like in MMA, right? You keep punching until someone tells you not to.
Ooh, okay, there we go.
Nice long-range deke. And that'll give them the bomb plant. Now, again, winning the round is almost impossible with what they have, but if they could do more damage, there's still enough round left here, enough of a half left that can still have an impact. So get, you know, 2 more kills in this round. That would be a huge success right now for OG, in my opinion. Molotov is going to make that really tricky because it'll force them into the fight. Mantu getting the one. Can we get another one? A beautiful headshot. And he's shut down. Ethan actually jumping from above. So a bit unfair. But that's the damage. That's really good. That cost them economy finally.
Do we see? No, we don't. Ethan is still chilling out. He'll keep the Krieg, and we're going to get the AWP saved. Cirque calling the nice shot. I like that tip of the hat. I mean, that was a nice shot from Velda. We're going to see it here. Boop.
Ethan has 15-1 now. He's only died a single time in the first 8 rounds, and in that time he's also killed 15 people.
Dude, and he isn't even the guy. You know, when we're talking about EG, you're talking Cirque, you're talking Breezy, right? You're talking these guys who are supposed to be the ones, you know, up there and down. I mean, Ethan is definitely a part of those that trio, but what we've seen so far throughout this tournament is Cirque or Breezy at the top, and Ethan's there in the middle of the pack. Now you're seeing the depth here on Evil Geniuses.
Speaking of Cirque, though, pushing forward, scoped up. Does not want to unscope to, you know, give the game away, but the Molotov will at least keep him thinking. He's still got Breeze behind him, and theoretically could either, you know, be there to... Actually, they've got both the orbs here.
Double.
That's kind of madness. I'm going to get that kill on Mantu and then back around the corner, and if anyone was chasing, they'd run into the secondary orb.
And now he's got the angle again. Smoke goes down from his teammate. Just textbook stuff coming through here.
You could probably make a really interesting career profile out of Ethan, because I'm, you know, sort of back when American Counter-Strike was sort of trying to fight its way up before the glory days of, you know, Team Liquid and Cloud9, all those things.
Sure.
Ethan was actually a name I think many people would have picked to be one of the stars like much earlier, and I feel like he's been on all these various detours, and things are looking much better now. So, I mean, I agree, you don't look for him as the first guy, but it's not a huge shock that he could be playing really well, because we've seen that, you know, going quite a number of years back. It's just that he disappeared for a while for whatever number of reasons. That's an annoying smoke at less than 40 seconds. You have to wait. And while you're waiting, you don't know. They could be checking the rest of the map. They could know that this is coming. They could start to rotate people in. This is definitely bad news if you're OG, and you need to shut this down. They've won 9 rounds in a row. Oh, no, the Molotov to follow up. Surely not. This is absolutely cruel. You mentioned it. Stomp on them when they're down, and that's what they're doing. Valda goes down. They can't run past the Molotov. Oh, this is so cruel. They truly are evil, aren't they?
Oh, Ethan's just showing off now. Long-range spray control, and no, don't. I mean, you've got so much money. Usually, Anders, I say don't chase, but in this scenario, you've got so much money on EG. The clock runs down. Just go kill this guy.
Beat him up.
Yeah, because they will not have any money to rebuy. But Evil Geniuses, they'll let Issa get away with the op.
We've diverted briefly from doing actual commentary to just being the people shouting at the side. Like, yeah, mess him up.
World star!
So we'll get back on it as soon as OG, you know, pick it up, which I'm sure... I have to imagine that can't be much longer now. 10, I know... They had a lot of decisiveness early on, and they need to, you know, rediscover some of that, even though it's obviously rough when you've been losing 10 rounds in a row, but one good opening, one good kill, and they could be right back in the mix. Tarek sneaking through the smoke, or at least hiding on the right side of it, but Breeze goes down to Mantu, who's been trying to carry this team, drag them forward at the moment. He's doing a pretty good job of it, and Valda Waiting on the ladder just in case someone comes by. I mean, you could jump off it. You could definitely be very, very hard to hit if you do. We've got to be careful about the shadow showing on the ground. And Isa's waiting down at Ivy. If they get one kill right, they could open it up. But Manta goes down. He sneaks in. Valda Cirque is going to be really confused about it. But a nice flick must have been from Tarek. And Ethan gets dropped in return. Now it's a 2-on-1. And Stanislaw is here. Still over a minute. And they could think about this. They could try and time this really well. Jumping once. He turns for the headshot. Unbelievable. He was running at the same time. But now Alexi's up at the high ground. He has the advantage. He should have. I don't think... Oh, he sees. He comes back for it, and nobody connects. That could have been a headshot. Stanislaw is really low on health at the moment. This is it for OG, surely. If they want any chance on Train, they have to win this one. Or 2-on-1, and Stan is going to be falling back. He knows eventually that bomb is going to have to be planted. He's actually...
I don't know if he spotted him.
I don't know
if he spotted him going towards Pop Dog there.
And he's...
But he has no way of knowing where the bomb is. Sorry, go ahead.
No, but the point is, once he relocates, right? Now Stanislaw is in here. If Alexi B just, misjudges where Stan has gone, could be a huge surprise. He's waiting for him, hoping that maybe he would actually run B instead. Getting a little bit closer. That was only a fake.
So smart.
Tries for it again. It is smart, isn't it? 9 seconds now. He makes for the jump, and Stanislaw, he nearly gets it, and he will eventually. A double kill here for the captain, and 11-0. My God.
Man, there's so many layers to that clutch. Every decision, you can see the experience on the side of Stan. Just every experience. He could have showed himself in connector after the bomb plant, right? Realizes it's a fake, could have showed himself. Nope, decides to hang back. Alexi peeks towards connector, doesn't see Stan there. And that's why he jumps up onto the train thinking, hey, if he's not connector, right? Because he would have peeked, right, if he saw the fake. No, Stan's 2 steps ahead in that scenario. It's brutal. But the clutch goes the way of Evil Geniuses. 11-0.
Yeah, it's real rough. This is obviously map 1, but still.
Stan is just a beast in that situation. That was in-game leader on in-game leader action, Anders. Mines on mines.
You have to appreciate that. Battle of just of that. There's so many layers.
140 ADR for Ethan.
Yeah, that's pretty grotesque, isn't it? Don't even know. I mean, again, he's having a pretty good game.
Yeah.
I can never memorize what the actual records are for halves and maps or whatever, so someone else will have to inform me. But back to pistols. Obviously, no bomb plant. I don't know if it would have made it. Maybe they could have forced a buy if they had the bomb plant. Hard to really blame anyone. That was a close round. Alexi B does go down. Flashed in. Stanislaw with a flashbang. Breeze with a peek.
And patience on the side of EG, continuing.
And playing 2 inside a Pop Dog can be really dangerous if you know they have a lot of grenades. But EG could probably do the math and figure out they probably won't have, 5 Molotovs and a lot of AG grenades. So that definitely makes it trickier. Tarek covering one side. Yeah, that's the whole purpose of the double setup, right? You can cover main and the ladder at the same time.
And Valda,
yeah,
is on the hunt. Trying to say it with a Danish accent.
We call, my son Walter, we call him that half the time.
Yep.
Just as like a nickname.
The first time you told me that too, it blew my mind. Because you were toying with me too. You're just like, how do you think I pronounce it somewhere? Woo! Oh, come on, get the second. There you go, Velda. 2 headshots. Not going to find the third.
It's like he was upgrading in difficulty on that obstacle course. It's like, there's 1 second. Next time there's 2 enemies, it gets worse.
12-0.
Some cool action. Good deagle work from him.
I mean, he's got the aim. That's the thing. He's got that aim in him. He's one of the trio that you really want to keep an eye on, for OG. But, it's too little too late at this point. It's 12-0. We've gone back to 1.6 train, where now OG need to get the next 3 rounds, and then it'll be a competitive half.
Yeah, then it will be fine. You'll be like, all right, no problem. Got the 3. We'll be all right.
And just to keep in mind, this is OG's pick as well, map pick as well. So that's not going to be helping with their confidence when this is their pick and they are getting blasted.
Definitely not. Maybe if it's over quick enough, it won't be so bad.
I see. So it's like before the nerve endings can realize that your hand just got chopped off, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're in shock and...
Just exactly, Get it
Somebody give him some sugar. I don't know where we're going with this.
They're gonna need Duncan levels of sugar if they wanna forget this.
Oh, that's where you start to see that meme where it's the universe mind just keeps going one step further. Let's see the flick. Flick of the wrist? Nope, not quite.
He's kind of out here on his own. I mean, he's got Tarek and Ethan behind him, but I'd be a little bit scared if I was Cirque. But I guess part of being Cirque is actually not feeling that and just trusting in the aim.
Yep. Hold your angle. This is what an Opera needs to be doing in this sort of scenario. Trust your teammates to have your back and hold your angle. He knows somebody's in there. He knows that somebody has to come eventually. But he misses the shot.
That was lined up right for him. He has to fall back. He'll follow it up, though, taking down Iza. Tarek to die next, but that second AWP on Breeze is still pretty lethal. They get rid of Cirque, but there's just more firepower out here, and now it's a 2-on-3, 25 seconds. What a shot from Breeze. He actually managed to hit NBK, and Mantu can't stay alive. Ethan will find another one building on that record, 19-2 at the moment.
Isn't that just the hardest thing right now for OG, where it's like, yeah, we took out Ethan, we took out Tarek, we got Cirque, and then Breezy's just there dropping a casual triple kill, you know, just putting on a clinic. Is this deathmatch right now, Breezy? Is that what's going on? 180 op shots?
He's just feeling it, isn't he? Apparently the sort of halftime ADR record is something like 190. So
okay, so we got a little bit of work right now. Actually, can we see that? Where is he at right now? No, he must have dropped off. 19 frags to 2. Yeah, it's not quite there.
We'll give him a little bit of time. He's still got 2 rounds to work off of. An AK-47 on Isa. I kind of imagine that Isa would be the one doing much of the forward work in some of these rounds just because of his energy. Like, I would, give him the task of running out, T-main or run boost him somewhere. Just get him in action. Down at the B-bomb site might be an idea. They're at least trying. Stanislaw is there, and he's fighting the pistols first. That AK has to be able to get the return kill at one point or another here, or this won't even be a discussion at all. The bomb goes down, but again, EG don't care. This is part of the defense. Yes. They're absolutely fine with it. They have all the grenades for the retake. Now, flashing their way through the smoke, though, that's a cool idea for OG. Does get shut down, but I really appreciate them trying to do that. Iza and Mantu, again, holding on to anything right now. It's just not going to be possible.
And Mantu does pick up one. Parting shot there, 13-0, soon to be 14-0. And coming back on your point about Issa, though, I mean, at the risk of sounding cliche, right? Isn't that usually what we've said about players who show a lot of energy? You know, the highs are high, but the lows can be so low. And so sometimes when you have those players where, like Stewie on Liquid, for example, when they rely so heavily on him to bring that energy to the team when things are going against them, and they need him to step up. And sometimes he can be all the way down at the bottom. Right now, maybe Issa, that's what he's feeling, because when he's pumped. But when things are going against him, does he have that presence of mind to stay focused?
And we saw over time, right? Some of those players did cool off on doing that.
Yeah, and they did.
For that reason. Although I think I hugely regret that. I really enjoyed that version of Stewie. Want him every once in a while back. So walking into the grenade, and see, this is cool. It doesn't work, but I really think this is a cool move for Mantu. You see how he almost caught them. It was a second more and he would have had the shot. Now he does get Valde flanked as well, and it's kind of falling apart here. Looking like a 15-0 kind of half here for EG. NBK goes down, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen. 15-0 in favor of Evil Geniuses, with Ethan ending at 23-3 as a scoreline. That's absurd. Or weekend challenges with the darts, but I was also partly confused because I thought, well, isn't that what they've been playing all along, EG? Just, the aim chicken challenge, just shooting them 15 rounds in a row or something? It's rough, isn't it? It's too much.
Well, Betway odds right now, they have gone against OG a bit further, 6.5. I mean, it is worth mentioning. We had like 96 rounds between these two teams the other day, and OG barely squeaked the win in overtime in the last map. This is a bit more of what we should be expecting when EG are playing against OG.
Ooh, sliding in.
All right, that was spicy.
Yeah, immediate trade. They did get a pretty good grenade on Stanislaw, but they're trying to see if they can make this Ivy ramp work. See how long they're going to keep going. They don't have to go to B, but definitely can. They're going to keep running with the Glocks. Oh, Isa sneaking up behind, and that will almost certainly do it. Stanislaw very low on health and trying to be sneaky here with the P250, and he misses the one chance that he had around his on the
there
board.
you go. There you go.
They've saved the honor, the dignity.
It's all about, exactly. It's just the little victories. You don't join the 16-0 club today.
Yeah, just deny them that pleasure. Don't give it to them.
Date ruined. So the players talking to each other a little bit. MBK's always got a sense of humor. But 15-1. And Ethan, Ethan. EG and the rest, they go for some HEs. I like that. Clever. But this is a hard eco pretty much from Evil Geniuses. Hope to get the bomb plants down, but if they don't, they'll buy in the next round.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I mean, the road back now for them, no matter what, is just unbelievably long. I don't think there isn't like some sort of pattern you can follow for how to get back in a game. Ooh. Catching NBK off with more headshots coming through. Still, should not be winning this round, and I think he walked into that shot. I actually think he strafed right into the bullet.
It's a tough one for Ethan. But they get the bomb plant, or they do not, rather. They do not get the bomb plant because he didn't have the bomb.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So couldn't back off, couldn't try for any shenanigans, just had to try and walk in there and take the fight. But now we will get the buy coming in from Evil Geniuses. Again, nades, decent enough. Tarik has fully committed to the current meta. And he was holding out for a while. He was always going to be the one buying the AKs. He was the last
standing
true believer, but he has gone over to the Krieg now. We lost a soldier.
You know what? I'm fine with it.
You're fine with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you always want to watch the world burn, Anders. I mean, that's the
true.
thing. You just want to watch the simulation come apart at the edges.
It's just that I think this was the thing back when the CC had the normal draw speed. So you could pair it with the AWP, and you would just never be able to go down, basically. And I think
noobs.
Yeah, basically. And someone from Valve made this point at one of the majors that the problem is if people don't use it out of a sense of honor, we actually have a really hard time, looking at the data and seeing how. I mean, we knew that was overpowered, but I get the point anyways. Like if something is overpowered, abuse it to the point where it gets changed. I think that's a good theory. NBK is here, abusing the shotgun and taking down Stanislaw and Cirque, and even swapping out for the Krieg. That's what a great start.
There you go. And again, you pointed it out at the beginning of this map, right? NBK, man of many talents.
Does it all.
Loves the guns, the abuse of guns. Nicely done here. Mantu getting some cleanup. Breezy, all by his lonesome, left to ponder his fate. 1v5. It's looking grim, but he's accepted that.
He knows. I mean, games like these where... again, they need to win 15 rounds in a row with no mistakes being made at all on the OG side are so strange. And I guarantee you they're psychologically really strange for players as well because, it isn't until you get really, really close that, the nerves start building. It's not like OG are going to be under an enormous amount of pressure throughout all these rounds. That's not really how it works. I think it's more like when they get up to like 13, 14, like the last 2 or 3 rounds, that's when we could make a mistake. That's where the mistakes usually happen, right?
Yeah.
So it's not uncommon that you can actually have a long way to try to get back, and then suddenly it's really serious. Because for now, you're just sort of saying, let's just play back in. We already know this is kind of done, so let's just not worry about it. Have a good time. Get everyone played back in. NBK, go get some shotgun kills. But then when you suddenly say, oh, wait a minute, now... it is winnable and we can turn it around, then people start making little mistakes.
The thing here that EG need to be focusing on, and there may be a little bit of pressure on them in this, given the situation, they want to snuff OG right away. It was never about letting OG get any kind of momentum back into this and start getting a little bit of confidence, right? You wanted to blast them 16-0, 16-1, 16-2, and not let them get anything going into the second map. Because the second map is Evil Geniuses. It's Mirage. Yes. It's a more brawly kind of map, a bit more aim. If you got Ethan, Cirque, and Breezy popping off,
get in there quick and let him work.
Exactly. But now OG are going to start getting a little bit of maybe some wind in their sails.
Yeah, definitely could happen, right? Yeah, you wanna just try and close out these games as fast as humanly possible. It's the Counter-Strike's answer to Dota when people say, let me just farm one more item. And everyone knows what that means. It means I'm going to get ganked and the enemy carry will pick up more items and then we lose the game.
And we lose that window.
Everyone quits.
And everybody just mutes each other now.
Yeah. No, is that how it works?
Yeah, you just mute everybody now at this point. As soon as somebody rages, mute.
All right, well, there we go.
Usually they're speaking Russian. You can't understand them anyway.
4 versus 4. So going down, and that Krieg will do a little bit. Ethan was ready to go for that swing, and Tarik will get the headshot on the follow-up. So it's a 2-on-2. They wanted the momentum back. OG, they don't want to lose the pistols, I think. Just, again, in terms of just saving the morale for the team, don't let this one go. Good timing. A bit random for Isa, but found it against Stanislaw anyway. So now it's Tarik. 30 seconds in a 1 versus 2, and... maybe could get Isa. He's sneaking around. Isa would have known that Tarik got the kill down by Ivy. He gets the headshot as well. Gets put down to 7 health, and Valda does have a Molotov. This is... ooh.
Wait.
That's a smart play.
Whoa! All right, he cannot stop. He has to go. Yep. But this is perfect. Valda's on the opposite side of the map.
Yeah, and again, if he'd gone straight for the plant, he couldn't have come off it, and Valda could have thrown that Molotov to pretty much end things. So, yeah, this is intriguing. Now he's up on the high ground.
He's played it right.
He has. Still, that Molotov could ruin everything, though. If Valda guesses the correct approach, which he won't.
Oh, Anders, this could be heartbreaking. Round of eco, and Velda's going to have to check the high ground. This is so tough now for Velda. The odds are just shifting Tarek's way. The longer this goes, Tarek goes for the peek, and he will get picked. Velda.
It was so close, wasn't it? That could have absolutely worked out in their favor, but OG will pick up one more round, and now they're up to 4. Scary stuff. And, I mean, again, it shouldn't be this close in this kind of a round. So more wake-up calls. We're on to, like, the, third or fourth phone alarm here. We're getting up in the morning, like, they don't need more reminders. They just need to get up.
That's all on that kill right there, actually, from Issa. The fact that Issa did 93 damage to Tarek actually just saved the round. Because if Velda needs to hit more than 2 bullets on Tarek, Tarek backs off and survives that. So just the finest of margins here. But OG live to fight another day. NBK, he's back with the auto shotty. No shame, no shame.
If it works, right?
If it works, there you go. Mantu with the headshot to open things up on Cirque. So we get the strong start here for OG in the round. Once again, a man advantage, putting the pressure on EG. We've seen crazier things in the, not really actually, a 15-0 and then have it come all the way back. I don't think even you and I, Anders, after all these years have seen that.
I can't remember a time really when that's happened, no.
I mean, the odds.
It's been close, but I don't think that's really happened. So it's obviously happened at some point in CSGO history, but in high-level games, it's kind of doubtful.
That is. Just being real with you. Because there's always a chance, always, no matter how small. This is a game of CS. It's one round at a time, and that's exactly what OG are repeating to themselves right now like a mantra. One round at a time. Don't even look at the score. Just get dialed in and focus on the job. Evil Geniuses, though, gathered up, and they are going to be looking like they want to hit that B site. 40 seconds on the get dropped on. This is all on him turning around, and he's going to get one, but not the second.
He actually had the boots right in his field of vision. He quite literally stomped on him. Alexi goes down. It's an amazing flick out of Ethan, and now they are going to just try and defend the bomb here. Issa sneaking in, and Stanislaw not quite ready for it. Issa continues, but he's going to get shut down from Tarek, and that's a very important kill, leaving NBK alone with the auto shotgun up on top of the train, jumping to get some vision, and Ethan will take him out, and it's only fitting. He's done it all. 16-4, and an amazing, amazing map here. Ethan ending at 27-7 as they take down OG on map number 1. That's quite something.